Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. Today I'm going to talk about how the government shutdown is about to collapse. Not just the United States government, but the US dollar. But before I get into that, please click that link below. Support our sponsor, Protect America. That's protectamerica.com. There's two things that help me to sleep better at night. One are the loaded firearms I keep underneath my bed that I will use to defend myself and my family, God willing, if need be, God forbid. And the second item is my Protect America home security system that protects me and protects my family. Protect America, click that link below. Fill out a little bit of information. It helps me, helps you. Check them out. Click it now. So the US dollar, is it really about to collapse as a response to the government shutdown in Washington, D.C.? And this is insane. This is crazy. You see how the political right, the conservatives, the Republicans, the Redoinklins, maybe we'll just make up names right now, we've got the Democrats on the other side with their heads up their ass, fighting on Obamacare and a government shutdown and the raising or the potential non-raising of the debt ceiling of $16.7 trillion, approaching $17 trillion to infinity. And you see how they want to pull the American people into this. They want to make this a big deal. They want to make this a political game. What's right? What's wrong? Should we give health care to all the people at the cost of collapsing the United States economy and the dollar into oblivion, which is exactly what's happening. But I want to put something in your mind. I want you to think about the fact that this debt talk, this debt debate really just is an illusion. In fact, you really shouldn't be that worried about it, although there are fundamentals behind it that will collapse the dollar. And has already collapsed the United States economy, in my opinion. This is really just a game of charades right now. This is a game of politicking. Politics. Isn't this interesting? You know, where people like John McCain, warmongers, we've interviewed, are talking about propelling wars overseas and, killing people and dropping bombs, equivalent to what we saw in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But back to the dollar and back to this shutdown of the government, which, by the way, they need to come up with something today or suppose everything shuts down. They just passed some kind of bill saying they're still going to pay our troops, which I don't know why you would pay the troops still if the government has no money. I guess killing people is worth more than employing people at museums in Washington, D.C. But if they don't come to some kind of agreement tonight, all of this begins to unravel, and unravels around Obamacare as well. But that really is the last thing we should be worried about. If everything around us is an illusion, if this politicking back and forth is an illusion, if the debt ceiling is an illusion, if $17 trillion is an illusion, if they're just going to raise it to 18 trillion, 19, 20, 25, 30, what does it really matter? Which is exactly what they're going to do. Of course they're going to raise it. They might shut down for a while, they'll politic back and forth, make it a Republican versus Democrat thing, then someone will feel like they won and someone will feel like they lost, and the American people will go, hooray, now everybody's getting paid, and the employees at the museum are getting paid, and all the government workers are getting paid again. Hurrah, we've raised the debt ceiling to 20 trillion. But the question is, if we keep raising the debt ceiling and we don't let our market system work, if there's no paying the piper, if there's no repercussions, what does it matter? And the answer to that question is it doesn't. It's a non-reality. It isn't real. It's an illusion. And there's the point. The entire system here in the United States, the government is an illusion. The debt, although very real, by raising it into infinity, makes it illusory. Just like the U.S. stock market, for example, post-2008 financial collapse. 5 years later, the Federal Reserve, 5 years later, Ben Bernanke still won't take his foot off the pedal. Still quantitative easing, still buying $50 to $80 billion worth of mortgage-backed securities on the market on a monthly basis, artificially suppressing interest rates to zero. We saw this in Greece. We saw this with the riots. That's how it ends. All of it is an illusion. The stock market, back up to almost all-time highs, has been hitting all-time highs. So the question you need to ask yourself is if this is all an illusion, if it's a non-reality, if it doesn't matter, if the dollar in my pocket isn't worth the paper it's printed on, what does this all mean? Should we be worried about the government shutdown? Should we be worried about the rhetoric in Washington, D.C.? And the problem, and the point is, because all of this is an illusion around us, because the debt ceiling really doesn't even matter anymore, because they keep raising it. Interest rates don't matter because they're artificially suppressing it. The stock market doesn't matter because it's a total lie. It's a total fabrication. But that's the point. You see, at some point, the rest of the world, China, Japan, one of these countries that buy all of our mortgage-backed securities and all of our paper and our U.S. Treasury debt are going to turn off the spigot and say, you know what, screw you, America. They're going to give us the middle finger without you giving it. I'm trying to keep it family-friendly. They're going to say, screw you. And all of a sudden, we're going to wake up, interest rates will spike, and the United States dollar will collapse officially. That's coming in the not-too-distant future. That's a part of the non-reality because everything's an illusion. So at some point, the spigot will turn off. And that's the point. The point is, when the spigot does turn off, or when the people suddenly lose confidence because it's about confidence, because the dollar's only worth something because you believe it to be worth something, the minute the people realize that it's an illusion, that everything around us is an illusion, the U.S. dollar is an illusion, its buying power is an illusion because it's based on no fundamentals. The minute people wake up to that and they realize that the debt in this war in Washington, this political illusion, left, right, Democrat, Republican, is an illusion, the better. In fact, the American people and the people around the world should be cheering this on. Cheering it on. Raise the debt ceiling. Don't just raise it to 20 trillion, raise it to 40. 50, 100, 300, 500 trillion dollars. Who cares? Knock this stock market up even higher, Ben Bernanke. Take it to Dow 20,000, Dow 30,000, Dow 40,000. Take it to infinity. Because the sooner that happens and the more it's propelled artificially, the sooner we get to the collapse. The sooner we get to the reset. The sooner we get to what's already occurred in the United States, which is the end of the United States, the end of our economic system, a system that they tell us is capitalist, but isn't. Socialized bailouts for the largest Wall Street banks is not capitalism. Just like our dollar is now worth nothing. In the moment, in the minute, the masses wake up to the fact that this is all an illusion around them, that everything around them is illusion, even their freedom. You know, they say you're free, but you're as free as they say you are depending on the period of history. Take a look at World War II. How free were the American Japanese during World War II? They were sent to concentration camps. See how they tell you you're free, but then the moment it's inconvenient, the freedom's inconvenient, you wind up in jail. Take a look at Adam Kokesh, for example. The guy can't even get released on bond, sitting in a freaking jail cell. Solitary confinement for months at a time. They finally just released him into the general population. That's how free you are in America. It's all an illusion. And that's the point. You're not free. The dollar's not worth anything. The stock market's a fabrication. And the entire economic system that the masses and the people have been drinking the Kool-Aid for years is total bullshit. Is a total friggin' lie. And that's what the American people and the people around the world and more people around the world are waking up to on a daily basis. It's all an illusion. And that is why the government shutdown, although you might not have seen it coming beginning in this video, will lead to a U.S. dollar collapse. It'll be the end. It'll be over. I saw a license plate the other day. It said game over on the back. Game over, America. Game over. Probably hear the little outro music already. I'm Christopher Green. Please get this video out everywhere. Hard-hitting and in your face. Thank you so much for your support. Click that link below. Support our sponsor, Protect America. Get it out to the world virally. Peace.